and Steve are gonna do bits and have some fun. Dynamic banter, honking horns and ringing bells and making good. Dynamic banter, don't forget the history road on Dynamic Banter.
Today, in this morning, and in today's climate, we like to wake up in the morning and we like to say something nice. The past 3 nights, I've been waking up screaming. And the only reason why I know why I have been screaming is because my throat hurts so bad.
Do you know if you screamed something nice?
Probably not. Because the dreams are real bad.
What are the dreams about?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Really violent human skin dreams.
What does that mean?
Like it's not my skin.
Really violent.
I have these really violent skin dreams where it's not my skin.
Whose skin is it?
It's not mine. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my skin.
Whose skin?
Whose skin is this? And then I scream and I can't stop screaming because
You're screaming, whose skin is
whose
this?
skin is this?
That was one of my favorite Christmas carols.
And then
Skin.
and then George Washington comes into the bathroom and he's got his head's a little bit bigger than normal. It's not huge, but it looks big enough that something's wrong.
George Washington, President George Washington. Shout out President's Day. One time.
Yeah, big, and he's got his head's a little bit bigger. It's like you wouldn't notice unless you were really looking.
And this is terrifying.
Well, it's scary because I'm still not sure whose skin this is.
You're trying to figure out, hey,
I
whose
keep
skin
screaming,
is this?
whose skin is this?
And meanwhile, George Washington's coming in.
He
with
comes
people
into the
ahead.
room. He comes in real fast, like he's got something important to say.
Like he's in fast forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And his head's just a little bit bigger than normal.
And he's covered in cherry tree blood.
Yeah. And he says to me this. He goes,
I bet if you were to play that backwards and slow it down, you'll figure out whose skin that is.
I actually have the recording of it playing forwards.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what it is.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Hey guys, welcome to Dynamic Banter. Woo!
Now I know why they make wireless things.
Now you know why.
Finally, I understand the appeal of wireless stuff.
You know what, man?
What's that?
I do love wireless stuff, but I don't like how we still don't have batteries that don't need to be charged.
Every appliance should have a little heart in it
Yeah.
that lasts the same as like a human heart, like
Yeah.
70 to 80 years.
Yeah. Like this is an 80-year. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if batteries could be like that, but you have to feed them and you have to give them water and walk them and stuff?
Yeah, you would have to keep all of your stuff alive.
You'd have to keep all your stuff alive.
Yeah, like these lights.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Did you
like
water
make sure
them?
the light is active so its heart is healthy.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one's a little not so bright. What's
You
going
all
on?
You all right, bud?
I gotta take it to the light doctor.
This one's unhappy.
The light doctor.
This one's not so bright because it's not as smart as the other lights.
Yeah. What does it need to be happy?
What do you need to shine brighter? Encouragement?
Yeah. I wouldn't like that world. I don't want to live in that world.
No.
Do you
So we
think,
have to deal with batteries.
do you believe in multiverse stuff, Mike?
No. Is that going to put a big hindrance on the rest of the
Absolutely
conversation?
not. Absolutely not.
We can still talk about it.
Do you ever think about it?
Yes. Because I see movies.
Yeah.
I see pee.
I see you.
I see Profen.
I think about the multiverse. I think about it. I think about like, so this is always a fun topic for me because it's like we don't know really anything about what's outside of our consciousness, and we kind of just choose to believe whatever. And maybe there's this, maybe there's that, maybe this feels good, maybe that feels good. But at the end of the day, like nobody's really super right or super wrong.
I was under the impression there was one God.
Well, you know, there might be. Whose skin is this?
He should know. If anyone should know.
Have you ever said that out loud, Mike? Whose skin
in a
is
church
this?
to God.
Whose skin is this?
Hey, I don't mean to. I'm not trying to bother anybody. But whose skin is this? I feel like I shouldn't have this.
I don't think that should be said out loud. Whose skin is this?
I don't think it is. That question is going to raise other questions.
Yeah. Do you think
you better be prepared for a follow-up question.
Do you think you've ever said that or
No.
will say that?
I don't think so. Maybe in a team building activity where everybody
Were you doing
is,
yes and stuff?
Yeah.
You doing improv?
Or maybe in a threesome
Yeah.
if it's dark.
Oh yeah, whose skin is this?
But
Hey,
you
wait.
say it like you're like pleasantly surprised. Like,
Whose skin is this?
oh, whose skin is this? Whose skin? Too much skin in my mouth.
Whose skin is this?
Whose skin is like?
Dude, I think about multiverse stuff because it's like, okay, so if we don't really know one way or the other what's outside of our consciousness, our universe, the beyond, whatever,
Yes.
then why not there be multiverse?
Okay.
So when I think about that, I think about things like, you know, like we talk about the Mandela effect, like the fruit of the loom,
Mm-hmm.
cornucopia, and like the Berenstain Bears thing,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
that whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And people's theories are that like other multiverses have leaked into our universe.
Yeah.
And that's why like crazy things like Trump happened and like the pandemic and all those things.
The Trump happened because
Because we've spilled into another multiverse, into another dimension
Yeah.
where
You think that's where the lady who lives next door from you comes from?
absolutely.
Different? You think she's perfectly fine and
Yeah.
different?
Yeah. What if you could explain every unexplainable thing by just saying it's because we live in a multiverse? Like there's a bunch of universes all around us.
I think it's a cop out. I think it's a cop out for not knowing how to deal with not either being wrong or have your perceptions be challenged. Because I think a lot of conspiracy theories come from the inability to...
Well, and fear.
Yeah, but having the inability to be like, that couldn't happen in our world. That means that there are some people who are too bad for me to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta make up a story about it to make my brain feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah. But what if it's true? What if people who see like you know, like we have a friend who said that they woke up in the middle of the night and saw like a being like walk into another room.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that can be explained by probably a bunch of things before you'd ever come to the idea of like a multiverse or something.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it turned out that anytime you saw something out of the corner of your eye, even UFOs, ghosts, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's always because we're seeing like pieces of a different universe.
Here's what I think about when I hear stuff like this. There is probably a doctor who studies like sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
whoever could explain why you wake up and you see a being before you're fully conscious,
Yeah.
right?
So
And
it's-
has like written papers.
Wait, where is it? Oh no, I don't know where my Cecil music is.
That's okay. The moment has passed.
The moment's passed.
Has written like papers and had to like get
Yeah.
a degree based on that. If I was to go on Reddit and read that, being one of those people who studies the brain chemistry and why that happens,
Yeah.
I would be disgusted.
Right. I'd be like, how dare you have an imagination?
I'd be
and
like,
not know the truth.
you sat home for 9 hours and you couldn't figure it out. So you're like, this is a multiverse where
Yeah.
I've spent my life researching and dedicating my education, my higher education, to being able to explain, to being able to put it in reasonably understandable terms for other people to explain that.
Yeah.
And because you have an internet connection, you're like, no.
Right.
No, it's a different universe.
Well, there's a difference between people that are like, this is absolutely the truth, and this is just what I believe. Or, you know, what I like to do, which is just kind of like imagine, like John Lennon, and just imagine a world, imagine that everything unexplainable is because we're seeing multiverse stuff.
Imagine.
Or like imagine if like even our concept of science, our concept of research, our concept of psychology, all of that stuff was just like from some higher design, some other type of intelligent design, like whether it's God or some kind of AI or robots or aliens or whatever. And then you think about things like this is stuff we talk about when we're playing Fortnite and we're like super baked and we're just kind of like, bro, what if like
This is why I don't play Fortnite.
what if God was like a leaf?
What if God was on a bus?
What if God was one of us? What if God was your best friend? Introducing my buddy God. It's a new toy that is your best friend. God's your best friend. But what if he was just like one of us? And we talk about it all the time and we have a lot of fun with it. And one of the fun theories about like multiverse and simulation and shit like that was that like every day that you wake up is the same day, like Groundhog Day.
Mm-hmm.
And all of your like efforts and energies are used for like, you know, some kind of matrix shit, like powering some kind of like AI shit, because our organic shit powers their stuff better than anybody else's on the all other alien planets. And our like memories, our friendships, our jobs.
Dude, this is like this conversation.
Yeah, it's just
It's like when you're 14.
and you
come
try
home
weed for
high
the first time.
and you come home and your parents are like, "Did you smoke weed with
Absolutely
your friends?"
not.
And then it cuts into an hour, and you're like, "What if we're powering the aliens?"
So we're powering aliens with our memories, Mom. Mom, why aren't you listening?
You go to bed. But you go to sleep.
But it's fun to think of the idea that, like, you know, what if all of our memories and stuff are like just implanted in us in the like Groundhog Day, and like all of those things are just implanted like memories and stuff like
Who's
that.
writing all of our specific memories?
Well,
is there one guy?
The idea is that it's like potentially like a big AI computer program. Like it's already gone off and created its own thing. And even this existence we live in is just like one of like countless experiments that are happening with like countless Earths and countless versions of us and things like that. But it's just like so stupid to get really caught up in those conversations, because you're like, this is stupid and nerdy and fun, like when we were doing Cloverfield research and shit.
Look how good that turned out.
Yeah.
Look how good. Watch the Cloverfield paradox and then be like,
Right.
all of your time spent thinking about
it was
that.
all worth it.
I think if that was real, that movie would have been better. If there was really a multiverse system and we
Yeah.
were really smart enough to create an AI that could create a full other universe with
Yeah.
consciousness, then
Yeah.
that movie would have at least
Yeah.
been better than
Yeah.
what it was.
But the idea there is that like we were still given like our the concept of free will within this like program. So it's like this is just the result of the program being on autopilot,
Mhm.
and that Cloverfield movie was like a result of like
Bad.
letting the like little drones make whatever they want.
Yeah.
And so it was like fun concepts and shit like that. Anyway, but I like to get all nerdy about it and smoke a J and sit around with the boys and like maybe do a little Fortnite or sit around a fire or, you know, just hang out on a balcony and just be like,
Set a fire on the balcony
Bro.
and talk about it.
what if like we're just like what if we're just like the end of Men in Black where those aliens are like, they put us into a marble bag, and the planet is just a marble inside the alien's bag.
It's great.
And it's like, I gotta go. It's like, what time is it?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm hungry. Anybody else hungry?
Let's get food and stop talking about this shit.
I think, isn't it a little disrespectful to, if there's a lifetime of research done on everything that could be explained, isn't it a little disrespectful to dismiss all of it to like fit
Some other kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like any idea of what our existence is could be summed up that way. Like, even the earliest ideas of, like, ancient aliens or monotheistic, polytheistic gods, whatever, like, all of those ideas were kind of a disrespect to the idea before.
Well, they didn't know enough.
Right.
They didn't have, like, the means to
Right.
do research, so they made up stuff to explain, to have it make sense to them. You
The
know, and
sun
then we
is
have
a man named Pujin. And he's
angry.
He's angry and he comes to see us every day, and we got to give him a dead goat.
And every time you come, Pujin gets upset.
And if we don't give Pujin a dead goat, he'll never come back again. We have to do it every day.
Yeah.
For the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's what, so I feel like every idea of existence is like as crazy as that in so many ways, when you boil it down to like what the belief systems, like all the belief systems are. So I'm like, why not be a multiverse, or why not be an AI thing too? Not in like a way that is active or that I'm like pushing, but it's fun as like a nerdy kind of like, the older you get, the more you think about your existence and stuff like that. And you think about what you think is true or not, and how it's more fun to kind of like think that there's a bigger, cooler idea about behind life than just like having a moment in existence.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. Everybody does what they do to make life a little bit more interesting, I guess. And sometimes I think it's fun to just be like, yeah, we're on the back of a turtle in space, and there's a whale up there, and it's like,
I like when it ends on, I like when no matter how like wonky the theory is, I like when they end on, so that's why we should be nicer to each other.
yeah, no matter what.
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
further
yeah.
you zoom out, the more it doesn't make sense that we all hate each other and mistreat each other so much.
Yeah. And it's funny because like when you think about how like even if we're alone in the universe or not alone in the universe, like each idea still has that feeling that like, well, why not be a good person either way?
Yeah.
Because if we're the only people in the universe, then we really have to fucking take care of each other, right? Because how special is that? The only life in all of this expanse of the universe, which is like unlikely, but if it's true, it's like, holy shit, we gotta take care of each other. But if it's like there is other life out there,
then we're all disposable. We're just the piece of shit galaxy.
yeah, then fuck us, you know?
Yeah.
We're like little ants. Mike, you got kind of a fun thing coming up. You want to talk about your little tour?
Yes, but if you play orgasm noises in the background too loud and people think I say Missouri instead of Milwaukee, it's gonna be a problem.
What about this trumpet in the background?
We'll see. So I'm going on a stand-up tour starting yesterday in Denver. I had a great time.
How's Denver?
It was cold. You wouldn't have thought it. I didn't decide. I didn't even try to check the weather. On March 15th, I'm going to be in the City of Brothers in Philadelphia at 7 p.m. with Owen Rogers, and that's for the rest of these as well. March 16th, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. Are you there? Come be there. March 18th, I'm going to be at the Gramercy Theater in New York City. You've been there. March 24th, I'm going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, somewhere in the middle of the country where the jelly's at. And then on March 25th, I'm going to be in Chicago. And then after that, I'm not going to be anywhere else. But you know what's great? On the 4th of next month, that's the next two Surrounded Crowdwork shows here in the world famous Hollywood Improv Lab. Tickets for all those things are on sale right now. If you go to direct.me/Mike Falzone, or if you go to my Instagram, it's in the bio. I think I put it in the bio of all my social things. Click on the link, buy the ticket, and Kids Chambers, and I'll see you there.
How scared is that?
All right, man. Well, that's awesome, dude. I love it. I want to go to see you guys do it.
You want to come to
Yeah.
Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'm going to come to Milwaukee.
Have you ever been to Milwaukee?
No.
Same.
Is it all I think about when I think about Milwaukee is that scene in Wayne's World when he's backstage at the Alice Cooper concert and he's like, and he tells him about Milwaukee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only thing I know about Milwaukee is every Milwaukee Brewers stadium that I saw in a baseball video game from like 1993 to present day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Mike, before we get into, so Mike and I were talking about going deeper into the archives of the history roads and kind of like seeing what's in there. Who knows what we'll find? Maybe some be nices or not be nices. Maybe some more stuff about that piss story we got all caught up in.
Yeah.
Who
a
knows?
Be nice or not be nice.
Mike's got to be nice or not be nice.
It's in there.
But Mike, I wanted to share something with you that I learned really quickly before we jump into these history roads, if you don't mind.
Please.
Did you know, Mike, that someone translated Dracula, the book, into Icelandic? Okay? And it took over 100 years for anyone to point out that the author just made a fanfic rewrite of what he wanted the story to be. So for 100 years, there was a translated Icelandic version of Dracula that was just what that person wanted the Dracula story to be.
Oh, he changed the book?
He changed it.
Huh.
So if you're Icelandic and you're like, man, this Dracula guy sounds like a cool story. Like maybe you see Bram Stoker's Dracula or some kind of movie or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to read the original Dracula.
But what if he had like fang teeth?
Yeah. How funny is that?
How was the story different?
Let's find out.
He wore rollerblades the whole time.
When it was discovered that it was a shortened translation of an earlier Swedish text. It appeared in a newspaper, blah, blah, blah. His precise role in the creation of this Icelandic text remained a riddle until March 2017.
So a guy from Iceland was just having a conversation with somebody who was a Dracula fan in another
I
language.
was like, fuck, I gotta write this down.
And he was like, what about the part where they're tickling chickens?
So,
What? What's the last part?
my favorite part of Dracula. It says he discovered that the Icelandic version was no translation of Dracula at all, but featured a modified plot, Dracula. Harker's adventures in Transylvania were described as an extended part 1 in the journal format known from Dracula, while part 2 set in Hungary, Transylvania. So apparently it's just there's more characters and there's more eroticism.
No shit, huh?
Right?
And then Dracula takes his thingy out.
And he wiggles it around.
I'm coming.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. I was reading about that today.
But before the sun comes up in the morning, he always takes his thingy out.
Before he turns you into a vampire, he takes his thing out.
If a Dracula rubs his thingy on your leg, you're Dracula now.
I'm coming.
All right, let's jump into these history roads, huh? You want to get in there, Mike?
Yeah, sure.
What if we got into this little car here and we just jumped into these history roads?
Let's go. Set the car for History Road. Set the Tesla for History Road.
History.
Dude, I saw a commercial where Tesla picks up a little kid and brings it to the park.
Whoa. Damn.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's crazy. It's happening.
I suppose.
I just watched a horror movie where the two main characters are like about to get away and they put in the coordinates in their like GPS on their, it's not a Tesla, it's like the other car that also does like self-driving. There's another one, I don't know. and they set it, and then it starts to go, and then like the killer like grabs one of the girls out of like the front seat of the car, and then just like murders that person.
Oh no.
And then the girl who, like, comes out of the roof thing of the car, and it's like driving autopilot away, and she's like, no. And it's like the car, like, you know, she couldn't stop the car to navigate or whatever.
She couldn't hit the brake pedal?
No, she was just, she was like too stunned that her friend was getting like murdered, that she was just like, but it was such an interesting idea that the car was like leaving.
Yeah.
But man, imagine
you're gonna pop out of the top and scream.
Yeah.
More than you're gonna press the brake pedal and go try to hit the killer with the car.
The thing is like, you know,
that's a bad friend.
You always want to know you're gonna do the right thing in a moment like that, but your fear and your fight or flight, all those things, they make you do something a little different sometimes. Your brain doesn't match up with your body in those scary situations.
You're so scared you gotta pop out of the top and get a better
scream,
seat.
yeah, so the camera can see you. Like, do you think that one day, if you have kids and you're living in a world where like you have a Tesla and you're like,
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I don't think you're saying, would you put him in a car and just be like, there's your coordinates?
Or would you be like, your dad, he's like, Dad, I'm at baseball practice, and you're like, fuck, I'm going to be like a little bit like, can I just send the Tesla to pick you up and then I'll see you in a sec? Would you be okay? Yeah.
I don't think so, man. Because I'm already so scared of like, you have a kid and then you have to keep it alive and then you have to make sure it's good. And you put so much work in. Like, I don't really leave my cameras anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't leave my camera bag if it wasn't on accident. I wouldn't just leave it in the car, you know? And then I'm super stressed out when I do accidentally leave it someplace.
What if you could like watch your car?
You know how a camera's like a kid?
Yeah. You can't. Kids are like a nice camera. You don't want to leave it somewhere. You never leave it alone.
Expensive.
Dude, what if you could watch like a live feed of the car?
Watch my kid possibly get.
And like you could keep an eye on it.
I don't think so, man. I mean, I guess extenuating circumstances, never say never, but
sure.
As if it happened today, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It'll take a while for people to like adopt that technology as something safe enough for their children to like be in it. Because even now, it's not ready.
Parents in LA don't really care about their kids that much, or seem like they don't.
I guess the hope is that like
the people who would,
but it's still
that.
not good yet. Like there's still like every time they test the self-driving cars, like something real bad happens.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's always like real bad accidents and stuff, and it's like it's not ready yet, dude. It's not. But who knows? I mean, those things could also be like weird, like anti-self-driving car companies going like,
you think it's the
all
Russians?
Dangerous. It's
doing
the Russians.
yeah.
They're hacking our polling
Bots.
boxes. Yeah. All right. Thank you to everyone who's been sending in history roads from, way back in the day. We appreciate you. We know it's kind of frustrating when you send in a history road a while back and maybe it's not read on the show, and that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, them's the breaks.
But maybe someday we'll get back to it like we're about to do now. So right now I'm going like way back. Like let's go to December
Of what year?
of last year.
Oh, you're going. Take a time machine, dude.
Let's go to December of 1999.
We're going way, way back about 3 months. Put on your safety belt.
Guys, buckle up. Because we're about to
December?
go way
I know.
back. You want to go even further?
Yeah, that's what I thought this was. Dude.
Oh, okay. My idea of going far back is not so far that we have no idea what they're talking about. Because they're going to be like, in the last episode when you mentioned cheese was kind of cool, Mike said this about that's like...
I can almost guarantee I'd have the exact same reaction about something that happened in December.
Okay, so I'm going straight back. I'm going to... Buckle up, kids.
This is what time machines sound like.
We're going to December of the year before last.
Now we're talking.
It's just kind of hard to go back really far in the emails because it's literally just clicking that button forever.
Why don't you just do?
I wish there was a way to like look at a calendar or something.
Can't you do like December? Can't you type in the search bar like December, and then you scroll back and it'll go by year. You'll scroll by year essentially. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean by that?
So in the search bar, I type in the month,
Yeah.
and then I just go
And then
by
you'll
the
see
month.
all the
years.
Decembers. So you'll see a
Yeah.
stack
Okay,
of
do you want to pick a month then?
December.
Okay. I think it'll only show me things with December in the subject line if I type that in.
It might. I don't think that that's true.
I'm looking at it.
You don't search by what's in the subject line. You search by keywords in the email. So it'll search all the words in the email.
But I typed in December into the search bar, and I'm seeing stuff from like September and July
Uh-huh.
for some reason.
So if you were to type 12-2 or something. Right now, there's somebody who's on email 24/7 for their job who knows exactly how to do this, who's losing their goddamn
who's losing
minds.
their mind. So it says so there's one email that from 12/2, and it's from December of last year.
Okay, so why don't you know the arrows on top?
Yeah.
You know how there's one that brings you all the way to the start? You know how you could like search by, you click on date and you sort from like oldest to newest? Do that.
I don't know how to sort from oldest to newest.
Yeah, and you,
I've never done that.
you know how it says date on the top? Click on date and I think it immediately puts it in reverse order.
Click on date. Where's that 24/7 award-winning customer support? Was that just a breath that was looping? I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's no easy way to do this. That's so weird that there's no easy way to do this.
Are you on Gmail?
Yeah.
See, now we both have to look at emails, and this becomes a podcast of two
This is
people
called
looking at
Email
them.
Road. This episode's called Email Road. Here's what I'm gonna do, Mike. Just to make this a little less frustrating, I'm just gonna keep clicking the arrow and randomly pick one. And if it's from last year, that's cool. If it's from a couple of years ago, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
Right? Like I feel like we're gonna be stuck in hell.
You're on Gmail, yeah?
Yes.
So in the upper right-hand corner, it says like 1 to 50 of...
Yeah. Of how many? Yeah.
Click that.
Okay, got it.
What do you see?
I see it says newest or oldest. Wow, so you want to just go to the very first ever emails?
Why not? It's better than last year.
Wow, there's one from Jesse Stillwell in here from 2016.
See, isn't that more interesting? Jesse says, I'll never listen to this fucking show again. You're a bunch of pieces of shit and you know it. I'll never be back.
I hate you fuckers. You ruined my life.
Did I piss my pants or am I a pisser on or my pants, Your Honor?
Wow, there's there's quite a few messages from Jesse way early in the early days.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Man, how many of these people... Dude, Peter Panikin? Remember Peter Panikin Skywalker?
Skywalker, absolutely.
Dude.
I'm trying to find my phone.
Okay, but I'm gonna look for ones that we haven't...
Are all those red?
Yeah, they're all red. We were really good about it back then because... The reason why they were all red is because when we asked for History Roads for like the first time ever, we got like maybe 5. And then, it took a while before we got, too many to deal with. I'm still seeing like everything has been red. I'm in 2018 and everything. When did we start going to shit?
When did we start getting too big for our britches?
Too big for... Oh, here we go. It was in 2018.
We started getting too big for our britches in 2018. You started supporting us too much. You were too nice to us starting 2018.
Do people even, like... Do you think these people even listen still? Like some of these people?
I'd like to think that if you were into the podcast enough to write into the show, you're one of the people who keeps listening. I think if you were to jump ship, you're maybe not one to
Send in a history
do
road.
homework.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. I'd be interested. I'd like to see that graph.
You're talking to somebody with 150,000 YouTube subscribers, and now every video gets 2,500. But in the podcast, we didn't start doing Gavin DeGraw covers and then end by talking about the multiverse. So I think there's more fall off.
Right.
Jackpot.
Oh, we're at the 35-minute mark, so maybe we should do ads before we
that
jump
built
in.
up.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
All right, great. So then once this History Road episode is going to be chock full of History Roads
After this.
after this. Hey, everybody.
Is this music by Neil Ghosh?
This is Neil Ghosh. I want to thank Neil Ghosh for making us some new audio tracks. And shout out to Headgum. Shout out to our sponsors.
Neil Ghosh.
Let's talk about Babbel. Guys, whether it's saving more and spending less, getting organized, or losing weight, there's a lot of worthwhile goals to set for yourself this year. And at the top of our list, as you know, we talk about this quite a bit, is learning a new language with Babbel. Pick an episode of Dynamic Banter. Just pick one.
December.
Just pick one from December of last year. Mike and I are talking about how at the top of our list is learning a new language. You know, Babbel. Tommy got
Thomas.
Babbel is that language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Maybe you've heard of it. And not only is learning a new language fun and engaging new hobby, you can use it while you check off traveling more from your list. Oh man, I like when I've got nothing to do.
Period.
The whole Babbel process is addictively fun, fast, and easy. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use. Mike, you used Babbel for quite a bit.
It is very nice. You know how people play games on their phone? Imagine you could put in the kind of time you would normally put in to play a game on your phone, but you're doing it to learn a new language to communicate with a whole new group of people. And that's kind of nice.
That is really nice. I like that.
That's kind of nice.
Maybe you should do something nice. And Babbel's got 15-minute lessons that make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. And other language learning apps use that AI garbage for their lesson plans. But Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts, and their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. And with Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and
kind of nice.
and German.
I'm co-
Plus, Babbel
Good night.
Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. So why don't you start your new language learning journey today? Money back. 20-day money back. 20-day money back. 20-day money back, mini bag. So So guys, why don't you go right now? And when you purchase a 3-month with Babbel subscription, you're going to get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months total for the price of 3, huh? How about that? You can do the math. Just go to babbel.com, 20-day money back, 20-day money back, and use that promo code BANTER. That's BABBEL.com code BANTER. Babbel. Language for life. 20-day money back.
I like how all the brands end with their mission statement.
Me too.
20-day money back.
Thank you, Babbel. Thank you, Babbel, and your 20-day money back. 20-day money back.
Originally, I thought Babbel was a dating site for Brooks. But it's not. It's a 20-day money back.
20-day money back.
20-day money back.
Hey guys, let's talk about Factor, new sponsor on the show. New sponsor! Winter's supposed to be hibernation time. I'm gonna get sleepy. And I won't deny, I'm staying in more than usual. I like to sit on the couch. But that doesn't mean I'm not busy, guys. Or that I want to spend all my time in the kitchen. Oh, certainly not. Luckily, I don't have to meal plan or prep. And I can still eat well now that I leave my meals to Factor. You know, Factor makes it easy for me to eat clean, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with fresh, never frozen, prepared meals that are so delicious you wouldn't even believe that they're actually good for you. Factor saves me time by delivering chef-crafted meals to my doorstep,
That's
dude.
what Kenny G's voice sounds like.
Eliminating the hassle of grocery shopping and meal prep, not to mention cleanup. There's no dishes to wash here with Factor. Each Factor meal arrives pre-prepared and ready to eat in 2 minutes, dude. That's even faster than ordering in. Tell me about it.
Does it take 2 minutes to eat it? Or it's ready in 2 minutes?
It's ready in 2 minutes. It's ready to eat in 2 minutes.
Can you take your time eating it?
Absolutely. You can eat it fast or slow. That's up to you. But Factor tackles the tough stuff, guys, so that you don't have to. Their registered dietitians and expert chefs work hard, and I'll tell you, they work and to create those meals with nutritious ingredients and with more than 29 meal options each week. You think we're bored? You think we're bored? And they offer vegan and veggie meals, keto meals, low-calorie options. Vegan and veggie meals, there's keto meals, low calorie options, cold pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites,
Jackpot.
plant-based bars. I don't give a fuck. Again, there's extra protein and more and more.
Please.
To keep me fueled.
Of course.
So guys, why don't you go to factor75.com/banter120 and use that code BANTER120 and you can get $120 off. That's code BANTER120 at gofactor75.com/banter120 for $120 off. Man, that's a lot of numbers in there, isn't it?
It sure is, but they'll figure it out. They got a whole marketing department that'll. Say it again so it's clear.
The website to go to is go.factor75.com and the code is BANTER120.
I will say this. Sounds like a good thing that I could use.
Yes.
Sounds like a good thing that I'd like to have. Because even if you're eating healthy for like a week, you gotta meal prep, you gotta buy all the stuff, you gotta go to the place, you gotta spend a lot of time that you don't have every week.
Of course.
So if you're delivering premium meals that take 2 minutes to eat to your door, that's a lot less work for you regardless of how many numbers are in the address to the...
Of course.
Balky gets it.
No more back. No more. No more. This is no more. This is no more. No more. I'm warning you. 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 I'm warn. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. I'm warning you.
That's Ringo and a little bird fighting with each other on the street. I'm warning you. I'm warning you.
Guys, last but certainly not least, let's talk about private internet access. New sponsor, Private Internet Access, or PIA, as the cool kids call it. Someone's excited.
Lock it down, baby. Consider that private internet access.
Guys, we've heard, you've heard, and we talk about it, and we've talked about it, and you've heard about it, we talk about it, and you've heard about VPNs.
You've heard us talk about it.
You've heard us talk about ad nauseum about VPNs, and they hide your IP address.
Pick an episode right now. We're probably talking about private VPNs.
There's 3 things we talk about on Dynamic Banter. Fun, space, and VPNs. And I'll tell you, private internet access, or PIA,
Of course.
hides your IP address and encrypts your connection and keeps you safe online. Ooh, we've talked about the benefits of a VPN, and today's episode is sponsored by Private Internet Access, which is America's #1 virtual private network, or VPN. And even if you use incognito mode, I don't know if you guys know this, on your browsers, oh man, your ISP, your internet service provider for the cool kids, is storing your browsing data and many times even selling it. They still don't have a handle on that stuff.
Damn.
But Private Internet Access, or PIA, can help. PIA encrypts and reroutes your internet traffic through one of its own servers, hiding your data from your internet service provider or network admin. And with servers in over 75 countries, you can get unrestricted access to geo-blocked content around the world. So you want to search without the man watching what you're doing, or you want to just have it, you know, what happened in the old days where you used to be able to just like buy something and not have a company sell that information so that they can sell you more stuff?
Of course not.
I don't want that, and you shouldn't want that.
Of course not. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
PIA comes with an easy-to-use apps and browser extensions for all devices, a rock-solid privacy policy, open-source security, advanced customization settings, and it was just ranked the fastest VPN in the world by PC Mag, huh? And PIA has over 30 million downloads worldwide and is available on all platforms: Windows, Mac OS, Android, Linux, and iOS. Now here's the good stuff. If you sign up with PIA right now, you can take advantage of a special deal only for Dynamic Banter listeners. That's you. You visit privateinternetaccess.com/banter. That's privateinternetaccess.com/banter to get 3 years plus 4 months free for only $1.98 per month. That's 83% off.
Jackpot.
The offer also comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and it's much cheaper than virtually every other VPN on the market.
Jackpot.
That's privateinternetaccess.com/banter. And look, guys, PIA has over 30 million downloads. We said this already. It's only $1.98 a month. That's 83% off to get that 3 years plus 4 months free at privateinternetaccess.com/banter.
Jack.
So guys, why don't you check it out, all right? Private Internet Access VPN, it's good stuff. Protect your privacy, protect your stuffs. Don't let these companies sell all your information's now out there.
That's a great point, Steve.
All right. I love that whoever was making that was like, the thing I want to add an echo to is the highlight the point he made at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Which was out there. They're out there.
I gotta not edit out the first part. I gotta wait till he gets to the point.
All right. This email comes from Mitchell Patterson.
Mitchell Patterson plays Batman in the new Batman.
This is from August of 2018, Mike. This is officially the oldest unread Dynamic Banter email.
Great.
It says a Lee important message.
Uh-oh.
This is very important.
Yeah.
And time sensitive.
It says urgent.
Urgent. Only you can save me. And all you have to do is say my name in the next episode. Mitchell says, hey guys, my name is Mitchell Patterson. I just turned 18 and I'm a huge fan of everything you two do.
Thank
so
you,
far,
Mitchell.
so good.
You can't do that.
Well, who was it?
Could be anybody.
Was that Zoya?
Yes.
Hi, Zoya.
So he says hi.
I'll cut to the chase because I know you two are busy boys. Wow, even back in 2018, they knew we were busy.
We were probably busy.
We were probably busy. I made a Bob Ross parody video as a tribute to Steve and his hilarious character, Dave and Ross. Okay?
Parody of a parody.
I told you about it during one of your Kingdom Hearts streams. Wow. And I finally finished it. Anyways, I'll put the link in the email and my phone number, although I guess it isn't necessary. Whoa! Was this the earliest phone number?
There's no way to know that without reading all the other emails.
I don't remember ever seeing phone numbers in the emails.
Do you remember any other email from that period in time?
I do, but what I do remember is us doing phone number things not until like recently.
I think it was a very early phone number drop, but there's no way of knowing. You could read an email from the day before.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I just feel like, why would we have ignored a phone number? Because that would have been a fun opportunity even way back in the day. But I don't know. It's impossible to know. Impossible to know.
Maybe we're in another multiverse.
Maybe we're in one. Maybe we're in another.
In that universe, we didn't want to call anybody. Each year is their own universe.
I love what you two do. Mike in the Morning is brilliant.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Especially the one where you talk about British power. Power. Mike's stand-up, which I got my brother who lives in LA to see you because I live in Eugene, Oregon.
Nice. Thank you.
And I want people to know how funny you are. And Steve, I found you through SourceFed, and I have been in love with your sense of humor since I watch your streams. I love the Valley Folk and the most prevalently Dynamic Banter.
Nice. Thank you.
And he's got his sketch there, and I'm not going to watch it.
Why wouldn't you watch it?
I'm just kidding. Let's watch it. Fine, let's watch it. Oh, the video isn't available anymore. Damn, so ashamed of it, they wouldn't even leave it on the internet, huh?
Dude, probably. Just waiting for you to watch it.
Damn.
And they don't
Too
even,
late.
Like, fuck it. We should call him. Dude, imagine calling someone who doesn't listen to the show. It's like, you guys were sad for a year. I'm fucking out. And then we call him a year afterwards.
Should we call him? Should we call him?
I think that'd be really funny. I wonder what the number combination you could put in first so your number doesn't show up on the thing.
wish I knew. Where'd I put my phone?
There's no way to know. No. Why should they have your
That's
number?
very kind of you.
Oh, your
Zoe, but we
business
don't need to
number?
do- Where is I from?
I don't know. Okay. Steve turned into a velociraptor for a second. And he's going to find his little phone. He's looking in his little jacket. And it's a NASA jacket. It's very nice. Looks like a jacket that Sam Basher would have.
Yeah.
Remember Sam Basher? You guys remember Sam Basher? Steve is looking for his phone, just kind of doing the play-by-play here. Seems as though Steve found his phone, judging by the noises that he's making. Steve's phone is now on the table, and he's looking to remember the 3 digits you have to type so your number's blocked. When Zoe says it's *67, and being a delinquent, that is probably absolutely correct. Yes, Zoya heard me call her a delinquent, and I am now changing the subject to saying that phones are crazy, huh? How we have
What if
phones?
he's like, I'm not really a fan of you guys anymore?
I would love that, honestly.
Ever since that Lee shit.
He's like, I'm out. What's his name?
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mitchell?
Yeah, this is Mitchell.
Hey, Mitchell, this is Steve Zaragoza from Dynamic Banter with Mike
Hey,
Falzon.
Steve. Long time, first time.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen.
Ask him if he still listens to the
Do
show.
you still listen to the show?
Yeah, and I fuck up a lot.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just bungle it a lot.
What do you bungle what?
Man, I just bet you read my history wrote about my humiliating time at a college party.
Oh,
And I'm
dude.
just ready for it.
We're not
No,
even
we're
there.
about
Tell
to
him.
blow your
Tell him where we're at.
mind, Mitchell.
Oh, no.
When did you send that history road?
Man, I don't even remember.
Like maybe a week ago?
Have
2
you-
weeks ago?
I don't know. I think I sent it a week ago or a couple days ago.
Wow.
Have you ever had a History Road read on the show before?
Yeah, I have. You guys read the time I farted too many times at a 7-Eleven.
That's fine.
I picked up I picked up change on the ground, and then I farted again, and I left the rest of it.
Wow. Because you were so ashamed you
But
wanted to get away from your fart?
I had to get away, and I kept farting all the way out. Is the problem.
Oh, the walking
So,
parts.
Mitchell, what's happening right now is Mike and I decided to go as far back into the history roads as we could possibly go.
Yikes.
And we found the first unread email from when we started the show to now, and it was yours. So it was an unread email from 2018. Can you even imagine what that could have been about? Mike just
You
farted.
know, I'm probably just as shocked as you are to hear what it is. And frankly, I'm feeling real vulnerable right
No, you're great. We're gonna hold you up.
No,
on
it's
high,
all
baby.
good, man. It's actually not embarrassing or anything, I don't think. You just talked about how you're a big fan. You just turned 18.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay. Big 18.
Big 18. And it says that you made a Bob Ross parody as a tribute to the Dave and Ross character that I
Yes,
did.
I did. Yeah.
And we read your email and it was really sweet. You said you were watching the Kingdom Hearts streams, which was so long ago. You said that you really liked Mike in the morning.
Yeah.
And then
Love
you
it.
got your brother to see Mike in LA.
He did, yeah.
Thank you for that.
And
Yeah, you're so welcome.
and it says that and it also has your phone number, which might, in my opinion, might be the earliest phone number drop in a history road.
Based on very little
Based,
information.
based on my memory. And
You hear that, Cooper?
you hear that, Cooper? Yeah. He's stuck in the void, buddy.
Here.
And it has a link to the video, but it's no longer there. What happened? Why'd you take the video away?
Well, I'll tell you what happened, Steve. So I uploaded the video, and then it got copyright claimed because I was using Bob Ross music, because I was like my first few attempts at a YouTube video.
Got it.
But I made a newer version of the video called Bob Ross Part 2.
We don't have time for that. Just hang up. Bob Ross Part 2.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about you guys calling me, and I envisioned it ending in a hang up.
That's good that we set that precedent.
So you made a new one, or you just re-uploaded the old one?
I made a newer one, and I think the old one is lost to time. Because what happened is I got real high and started feeling ashamed.
Sure, that'll happen.
And then I just, sometimes when that happens, I just delete videos.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, listen.
Smart. That's a good instinct to have.
Mitchell, why don't you send the new one to us, and hope maybe we'll get to it in a couple
read
years.
It for years.
Hey, maybe in a couple years.
All right, I'll see you, buddy. Thanks for talking. All right.
Yeah,
All
have
right.
a good one.
Take care, Mitchell.
You know what this is like a little offshoot. What I'm really hoping from one of these phone calls is that somebody ends it in a weird with like a half. You know, you ever do that thing? You're caught off guard by the end of a conversation. You're like,
yeah.
Love you tonight. Or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't think you have a good dinner
You
as
too,
well.
mom and dad.
Like when someone is like, when they say when at the movie theater when you buy the popcorn, they're like, "Have a good movie," or like, "Enjoy the movie."
You too.
You do it also.
Yeah. Fuck.
Your movie.
Safe flight.
Safe flight. Have a safe flight, and you do when you
too.
have one also.
You'll
someday.
be hearing security as well.
Someone named Mahed sent in also in August of 2018 a piping hot short history road saying it was Halloween night 2016.
Ooh.
I was in my junior year of university. I went with some friends to a random costume party hosted by the sailing team, or maybe it was the ultimate frisbee team. Anywho, the Netflix show...
The same level of importance.
Yeah, same level. Anywho, the Netflix show Narcos was really big at the time.
Have you guys seen this?
It's so big. It's a real big show. And myself being a bigger man, I decided to dress as Pablo Escobar.
Hell yeah, heard of him. Terrible person.
After much debauchery, we bailed around 3 a.m. We were wasted and hungry, so we ordered a ride from a certain ride-hailing app to the local Korean barbecue spot.
Grubhub. 2 birds, 1 stone.
No, I think they took an Uber.
You called a pizza guy to bring you back to the pizza place.
Hey, man, can we order a pizza and then you can give us a ride to this Korean barbecue
Hey,
place?
can we order mozzarella sticks that we're going to eat on the way back with you to the, to the pizza spot?
What if you ordered garlic bread as the appetizer from the pizza guy
Yeah.
to drive to the restaurant to have your meal?
And the guy pulls up and he agrees to take you back, but he's like, don't eat in my car.
Right, don't eat in my car. So, yeah, well, yeah.
I'll wait with you while you guys...
Upon entering the car, the driver turned to me and was like, "Are you dressed as Escobar?" I said yes, proudly.
Yes, go bar.
He went on to say that Escobar wasn't that scary and that he pales in comparison to the one and only Roger Kahn. Yeah, whatever, man, I thought. The driver then urged us to Google the guy.
Dude, this one
Right
kind of
then and
sounds
there.
familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. I lazily agreed. Yeah, because sometimes people would resend their history roads if it didn't get read
Yeah,
or something.
maybe.
Yeah. I lazily agreed, my bullshit senses tingling all the while. To my surprise, this dude was actually legit. Roger Kahn was a big shot drug dealer from Guyana, currently serving a 15-year sentence in Miami. The leader of the gang, called the fucking Phantom Squad, Roger Kahn, was no pushover. Our driver even went so far as to claim that during Roger's extradition, he swapped planes in midair. I asked the driver why he was so obsessed with this guy. I didn't see his response coming. "Oh, he's my older brother," he said.
Dude, we
offhandedly.
absolutely
I don't
did. Because
remember
I was going to
this.
say something about his cousin or something.
Whoa, I don't remember.
Yeah.
My friends and I looked at each other, all coming to the realization that we were in the back of a drug lord's brother's car. Our worries diffused, however, when the driver was gracious enough to pull over for my friend to throw up.
Yeah, go ahead.
If he didn't kill us then, we knew that we were good. Now, whenever my friends and I go out drunk, we never forget to give a toast to the legendary Roger Kahn. I hope this was short enough for you lazy fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we had that one for
Damn,
sure.
we could just I'm so glad you remember, because we could just be rereading shit forever and never know.
That'd be so funny if we already read the first guy's one.
Right? And called him?
Yeah. You want to talk about my fucking video again, bud?
Okay, let's go a little deep. Let's go a little closer. So let's see, we're coming out of 2018, or maybe now we're in 2019. How about A Misery Road?
Great.
Whoa, this is a novel. Damn. Am I reading this novel?
No, this is why we settled those rules.
This is totally why we didn't read that one, probably. Sorry, buddy, that's too long.
It's really, you can't, it's hard to set it up in such a way where you're like, this is going to be a bummer and this is how long it's going to take to read it.
Yeah.
There's almost no motivation.
No.
You
Sorry.
have to say you'll never believe what happened next.
Right. It'll be like, this story is very worth it. Although that it's hard to know. Adam sends an email though saying, "Hey boys, hello Mike and Steve. This is from January 2019.
Heard of it?
I just ordered my This Has pin from your Born Boy store boy.
Fun.
Say that 3 times fast. No. I have a quick history road for you boys during my college thermodynamics class. My old boy professor was explaining some boring concept and said, quote, while I was at graduate school at MIT, so I instinctively blurted out, humble brag.
Oh no,
The
dude.
people around me turned around to see which lunatic just said that, and I acted like it was a ghost boy and looked around too. Also, Ghost Boy is my favorite Haley Joel Osment character. Keep making this delicious content. Shout out to my BBB 3-horn honk born boys, Bo, Brian, and Brittany. P.S. Come to Michigan.
Okay. Dude, if I was your professor and I'm the person like, I'm just explaining my background and you're there to learn from me and you say humble brag, I'd be like, fail.
Get the fuck out.
And you're out.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it takes. Okay, this is a history road. A mostly naked dad in our raft. Do you remember this story? Why did we skip this one?
Yeah, right?
William Roberts
In our
says-
raft, like white water
Yeah,
raft.
that's what it feels like. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or night, Mike and Steve. A few years ago, my friends from college decided we should all get together and recapture some of our youth and go whitewater rafting.
I love it. We heard this one before.
Did we really?
I don't think
I
so.
hate it. I hate not knowing. My brain is like tricking me.
Yeah. Shout out to Darren.
My raft consisted of myself, another born boy, 4 born girls, ooh, hell yeah, and 1 petite born girl river guide. All right, didn't need to, was the petite necessary, you think?
Paints a picture.
We decided that it'd be fun to put myself and the other guy in front of the raft, i.e. put the most weight in the front. Okay, so this is why.
It has to do with people's size.
To make running the rapids a little more exciting. It was a particularly busy day on the river with several different rafting companies running dozens of rafts each. Rafty. Like Raffy? Rafty?
Raffy was banana phone.
Yeah. And the more we get together,
That was
the
Raffy?
happier we'll be.
I
Yeah.
remember that. Who were the Skidamarinky Dink people?
That was the Wiggles, right? Wait, Skinnamarink, Dinky, Banana Splits?
It was one old guy who looked like George Carlin, but not, and then 2 older women who looked like Golden Girls, but not.
Sharon, Lewis, and Bram. Was that Sharon? Oh, that was Sherry Lewis. That was Lamb Chop.
No,
It was the same people who did Lamb Chop, but it was 3 people, right?
it wasn't Sherry Lewis. Sherry Lewis did Lamb Chop for. That was like her main thing. This was 3 different people.
Yeah, so she did. So it was Sharon, Lewis, and Bram on the Elephant Show,
Yes.
right?
They never had a band name. It was just the 3 of them.
Sharon, Lewis, and Bram.
They were like the
yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young of little kid music.
Yeah, it was called the Elephant Show.
They
I
just
guess.
pulled their music from Spotify. Did you know? The Elephant Show.
in an answer to.
Dink pulled their.
They don't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't want Skinnamarink Dink up there anymore.
They didn't want the Skidamarinky smoke.
All right, let's get back to this raft. Following a particularly rough rapid, our raft happens upon a middle-aged man standing in the middle of a rapid up to his waist. The exact thing you're told not to do when you fall out of the raft.
What are you told to do? You fly.
I guess not stand, yeah. You should point your feet down river and float until yours or someone else's raft can pull you in. Okay.
What if you get a rock in the back?
Yeah. But you point, so you become your own little raft and you follow through until you can catch up to someone's raft.
There's probably perfectly logical explanations for all this.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking you don't want to stand up because you don't want it to knock you over and then you're face down. But if you're like this, you could still fucking jagged rocks all over yourself.
But it's like the only chance you got because it's safer. It's probably less safe for someone to come get you or something.
You'd rather have the rocks hit your back than hit your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, too much water. Bath.
We are the closest raft, so we paddle up to the man the best we can. He ends up at the back end of our raft to begin to maneuver to the rear of the raft to assist. But our guide and one of our ladies haul him in and on top of themselves before I can make it back there. As I approach the man, I'm greeted with an uncontested view of his penis. Balls and everything. The whole goit. His goits were showing.
He was full goit.
Full goit. Apparently he had lost his trunks when he fell out of his raft. Oh, man.
Dude, this is the thing he does. Every summer he does this.
You think so?
Oh, my dick is out.
Oh, no! What happened to my shorts? Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Is this my dick out? He wants everyone to know. I love that that's where your brain went. Is that this isn't something that just accidentally happened? He does this every summer.
Yeah. Oops. I'm going to go do the dig out.
Apparently, he had lost his trunks when he fell out of his raft. They were the river's now. The river owned his trunks. My favorite drama. He did the best to pull his shirt down to cover himself, but his life vest was holding his shirt tight and made it nearly impossible. Pulling his shirt down. Could you imagine, dude, if you're that guy and you're in and there's
6'7".
Hold on, let's go back to how many people were in there.
And you got a big old dick on you.
There's the guy telling the story.
4 other guys.
Another born boy. 4 girls.
And a petite, small.
And the guide. So there's 7 people.
Yeah.
And there's 5 women.
And 1 dick out.
And 1 dick out.
Yeah. Well, you could occupy your eyes with navigating the rapids.
But like you gotta feel real bad if you're that guy. You gotta be like, I'm around all these fucking kids. And
are they kids?
I mean, there's gotta be kids raft. He said it's a busy day on the river with several different rafting companies running dozens of rafts each.
I think
there's gotta be kids in there somewhere.
There might be kids throughout the day.
Throughout the day. Which is what I'm saying, like that poor guy, dude.
I don't know if you could have kids on a raft. I
Really?
think there's like an age thing.
Yeah,
but I think the
don't know.
age is still like 16.
Yeah. Either way, it's like you must feel like you must feel awful.
Embarrassed?
Yeah. The most embarrassment.
Yeah. What'd you say, Zoe? Or he does it every time. That's what I'm saying.
Or he does it every time and he loves it. And he's a piece of shit. And he should stop.
Haul me in. Because when you're standing waist deep, you still, the water's your pants.
Yeah, that's why he was doing that.
Yeah.
Damn.
This guy's a real piece of shit.
Okay, so
Did he leave the guy's number?
He said, as I mentioned, it was a busy day on the river. Lots of different rafting companies. Ideally, this naked man would stay huddled in the bottom of our raft, hiding his shame until we reached the takeout point. But he was rafting with another company and couldn't remain in our raft for liability reasons.
They kicked him. They rolled him
He had
out.
to move back to his raft. The raft where his teenage daughter and wife were.
Oh no. They're like, Dad, get in the raft. Whoa! And he did the dad noise. Whoa, hey!
Oh, whoops, sometimes shit happens.
It happens again. Sometimes shit happens again. Like it did last year.
His dad. Hey, what are the odds, right, honey?
What? Get in the raft, John.
Sorry, it happened again. I can't. What are the odds? Let's talk about the odds. This dad had to straddle 2 rafts while bobbing down the river in front of a boat full of strangers and his child with his member dangling over the water.
Yikes.
The poor teenage girl went from thinking her dad was going to drown in the river to seeing his dick in the span of 10 minutes, and I'm happy I got to witness that special moment for her. Thanks for reading my short tale and for the laughs you bring each and every week. See you in Nashville. Damn, that was all the way in 2019.
Damn. Do we ever make it?
I hope so. Maybe in some dimension. Maybe in her dimension. Tailless.
We might have read that one too. You don't remember that one at all?
That's really good though.
Yes. Oh my sweet goodness, dude! Going from raft to raft with your dick out. Because there's no smooth way to do it. Even if you had a fucking scuba suit on, there's no smooth way to do it.
You gotta just not think about it. You gotta be like,
Yeah.
my goal is to get into that raft. I can't hide my penis.
I'm sorry. You're embarrassed,
sorry.
Tiffany. Sorry.
Yeah, guys have penises.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen your private suit. I wiped your butt.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. You'll see someday.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Oh.
Okay, let's do one more from 2019, March. From Zachariah, but it says Zach and Mia from Colorado. It says, "Hi, Mike and Steve. My girlfriend and I love your podcast. I wanted to share a little history road. We run a
still together.
I hope so. Man, that's an interesting question. Something to ponder. Zach or Mia, if you're listening to the show, give us an update.
Yeah.
We run a chicken wings restaurant in Denver. Ooh, I really hope they're still together. You gonna go to this chicken wing place?
I did. It was great. It was so good.
Dude, someone tweet at Mike or hit up his DMs if this is you and you still have this chicken wing spot.
Yeah.
We have a customer that comes in weekly for our peach cobbler. Ooh, yummy.
Sold.
This time, however, upon purchasing this cobbler, he said, "Want to come to my house for some ice cream?" To which I said, "Want to come to my house for some ice cream is my favorite episode of Law and Order SVU."
Uh-oh.
Which seconds later was followed by a "Want to come to my house for some ice cream is my favorite How to Catch a Predator episode from my girlfriend."
So you got kind of a weird vibe from this guy.
Needless to say, we are probably horrible people for the joke, but the joke format is clearly the epitome of comedy. Thanks for putting out an episode each week and making my girlfriend and I smile.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Zach, from the future.
Yes.
And thank you from the past to the past. I'm sending a thank you to the past.
From the future.
You remember that movie, Thank You to the Past?
By it was Mos Def was in it,
Yeah.
and others.
Yeah. Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Saran Wrap. Do you know who Sissy Spacek is?
Uh-huh.
The other day I was trying to think of a funny name, a funny version of fucking up their name, and I came up with Pissy Space Dick.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Anyway, well, thank you guys for those history roads from way back in the fucking day. Oh my god, dude, Mitchell came in already.
Yeah.
Mitchell already emailed back with his Dave and Ross video.
Oh, nice. Watch it.
Should we do it now or should we do it next week? Let's do it now.
Why not?
All right. Let's see if I can get this over here so Mike can watch too.
What's that thing do?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Mitchell got his email back here. He says, "Hey y'all, it's Mitchell Patterson, the boy man y'all just called. Here's the video y'all asked for, and here's one of my newer ones. We're probably not gonna watch that one, but we'll watch this one."
Did we ask for the newer one?
Hello and
Mitchell?
welcome to Paint.
We definitely did not. There we
Hello
go.
and welcome to Painting with Bob Ross, the #1 public access show in the easternmost peninsula in Dogwater, Maine. Today we're going to be painting some.
This is what our
happy
fans
friends
look
and
like?
hopefully making
Yeah,
some happy
some of them.
friends. Huh? How about that? How about that, you little cretin? Today, guess what we're going to be painting? Everybody say it with me. The Prophet Muhammad. That can't be right.
Oh,
Did
God.
you change it? We're supposed to be painting for
You physically can't.
No, and I'm telling you, this is my only show, and I can't squander this. And I'm telling you, and when I say I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Get me a Pepsi.
Got some
Today we're gonna be
Winnebago
painting.
man
Everybody
vibes.
say it with me. My sleep paralysis demon. No. What?
Let's check out the colors that we're gonna be using today.
Blasberry. Say ah. That's good. Uncle Dan's mild. What? Nietzsche's theory on yellow.
Gotta throw in a regular.
The regular one.
Above minimum wage.
What is this, 20 minutes?
Man, that shirt is falling off you, bud. It's like you got caught up in a parachute.
All right, this is really funny, and I like Dob Ross, but we're gonna skip ahead here.
Dob Ross?
That's his name. He's calling himself Dob Ross.
Canvas. Dude, where is your shirt?
What's up? Took off his shirt.
Shirt's up.
Sweat.
Gotta start my iron lung treatment next week. We can't keep filming in the Denny's back studio. I had a bad day, and I'm about to make it everyone's problem. Still want to play Magic the Gathering. I still deserve to be happy. Give me a fucking Pepsi. I'll see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me in Painting with Dob Ross. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Shout out to Dogwater Maine and Joanne Fabrics, I guess. I don't know.
He's at the end of his rope. He kind of seems
no
like
kid
he's at
should
the
have
end.
to grow up into Joanne Fabrics. No kid. Not a single. Jesus, dude.
All right, buddy. I love it.
That's good.
Great job.
Great job, bud.
It's funny. It's in the spirit of Bob Ross and David Ross.
It's very clearly
inspired.
Made in your
Mm-hmm.
apartment where you live with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
With your blinds in the background.
Right?
Which is fun.
Could be your bedroom.
Could be.
Probably is. Thank you so much, Mitchell. And Mitchell, it was great talking to you, buddy, and fun to go all the way back to the earliest unread history road.
Yes, thank you for listening to the show.
Yeah, Mike.
For all this time.
And we recorded this a little early because Mike's heading out on his tour and stuff. So everyone go check out Mike and Olin on this super fun thing they're doing. Mike, where are you going first?
Denver yesterday.
Hell yeah. And I hope you guys went. And then what's next?
I don't remember.
But I hope you guys go. And I bet if you go to MikeFalzone.com or follow that motherfucker on some Instagram thing, or maybe Twitter.
All the links are in all the bios of all the websites.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, and we really love you guys. I want to shout out to Headgum and the sponsors today. And we really appreciate your listenership. Check out youtube.com/Dynamic Banter. Watch the video version of this show. Shout out to Ryan Faroki.
Shout out to Leah. We're killing it on the clips.
Killing it on them clips. Everything's looking good. Thank you all. We appreciate you. Check out dynamicbanter.clothing. You want to get some of your merch, get some of that swag, show your love for the show out in the real world. And you know, we just thank you guys.
That was a